I even tweeted.
Hello,
I
everybody.
tweeted.
We should be live.
Hello. Hello. We are live with episode 7 of Thin Blood Afterlife, our VTM V5 show. My name is Doozer with Dan, and these are the awesome nerds I play with. Sarah, who are you and what do you do?
Who's Sarah?
Jenny. Jenny.
Yeah, you have the wrong girl. I'll just go.
In my
No,
defense.
Queer
I mean,
you
nothing
prefer,
matters, right?
like,
I have a kitty.
Jenny,
you guys
sorry.
can go play mage.
Jenny, sorry. Wow.
Well, mage was the one place I didn't play a terrible person.
Sorry. We'll try that again, shall we? Jenny, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Jenny, Jenny Artorias. I finished moving couches around in my brand new place. And I don't know, I drink vodka. There we go. I'm
Most
running
importantly,
this terrible show.
I have a cat.
Well, we'll get to you in a minute. I do this, and I play Power Rangers with Ryan, and where I bully the other Rangers. I'm so good at it.
She got 2 swords in one episode: a giant thunderbird and a yeti.
It's pretty sweet. But yeah, Gerbil, who are you, and what do you do?
Hi, I'm the Lazy Gerbil. I'm an internet ghost, and I guess what I do is I act as comic relief for these chuckle fucks, and also my poor innocent lovely characters get traumatized, and that's about it.
Innocent and lovely.
Let's actually move over to the hospital for that.
Ryan, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play many a nice, sweet, happy character with no issues here on this channel.
False.
Lies.
Press X to doubt times 1,000.
But when I'm not here, you can find me on my channel on Thursdays, doing my Power Rangers game, as mentioned, and bi-weekly on my channel, I am hosting my friend Eliza's D&D game, where you can find me playing my sweet, lovely lion boy who genuinely is a good person, who just wants to fish, model his mother's dresses, and hit bad people with a stick until they stop being bad. The stick being his fishing pole.
So the lion boy is a precious being that needs protecting.
He doesn't need protection, and once we finally hit level 3, he gets wild magic, rageous, and each different rage power will be flavored as a different magical girl transformation and outfit.
Nice.
That is amazing.
Nice.
It is.
If only I had them.
It's amazing. It's kawaii and anime as fuck.
And I will probably be trying to get artwork for each individual outfit as I get the money to do so.
Anyway, Shadows, who are you and what do you do?
I'm not important. I have a kitten.
The kitten, however, is vitally crucial to the ongoing proceedings. Kitty. See, the stream no longer matters because kitten.
Yeah, basically, I have a kitten that actually likes me, unlike the other one. The other cat is very cold to me.
Because it doesn't know any better.
The other cat cares about God more.
Yeah, it's very unfair.
That's strange. She doesn't even know me.
Anyway.
No, the God that lives in Shadow's house, not you.
Content warning.
But Jenny doesn't live in Shadow's house.
There can be more than one God. I believe in Pantheon. But it does mean there's a good chance Jenny will have to go there and fight this other God to the death in some point in the near future.
The Cathian. Anyway, moving on from that awful pun.
Cannibalism, dark subject matter. Trigger warning that this is a bad game with a lot of weird stuff. We do have likes and fails, and most of them are shit that we assume all of you would agree with.
And cannibalism.
In case we do go into some uncomfortable thing for you, who, as much as we would be disappointed, you should take care of yourself first. I am joking. We would not be disappointed. Take care of yourself first.
Self-care is best care. Brian's the worst.
I'm not a paid therapist. You should not take mental health advice from someone who can barely control their own mental faculties.
Or from anyone random in the internet.
And on that depressing note, let's get into something even more depressing.
It's the world of darkness. It's the state where the world is so depressing. Real life is so depressing. We are jumping into the world of darkness as a form of escapism. A world where eldritch horrors and the abyss and other such horrific concepts are real. That's our escapism.
This is the world we'd rather be in.
The world of darkness.
Just let's stop with the rambling.
My last little bit was just going to be, it's a world so dark. When I was trying to give my players an uplifting intro, it involved child abuse.
Gerbil has the right idea.
Yeah.
Stop.
And the last shout out that if we were listening to music because we were a bit late, it was by Miracle of Sound, who is amazing, and you should absolutely check him out.
I hear he has a new song.
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and social media. So, we have a Twitter at Table Troop Game. We have a Discord, which I'll link in a moment. And we have a YouTube, Table Troop Games, where you can find our VODs. And I do believe that is finally, mercifully, everything.
I just want to point out my hand is sweaty thanks to warm cat.
Great.
Keep those Jenny, please take it away. Please take it away.
Please, so, I beg of you.
In our last session, we were mostly dealing with the consequences of the attack from Bloody Mary. Our thinbloods had attended a lovely wedding, where unfortunately one of the brides was shot. And rather than leave her dead and dying, her brother did his best to bring her back, and with the help of our antagonist, Alistair Crowley, was able to do so. They shared a lovely meal together, and with Crowley's best wishes, sent her on her way.
Good guy, Crowley.
Yeah, good guy, Crowley.
It was a wholesome homemade meal.
Totally didn't have shades of Resident Evil 7.
Mm-hmm.
There was no Greg in the meal. That was a lie.
Terrible. The others carried on with their own processes. I think Zach had the easiest time, just, trying to heal himself, starting to look into blood sorcery a bit more. Veronica tried to tell her sister, the other bride, what had happened and why. She didn't take that very well. And James was at the hospital looking after his mother, who'd been attacked by Jack, one of the other antagonists, after being taunted. And at the end of that session, Elliot and Amy met with James out at like an industrial park, and Elliot initially confronted James. They threw some punches. When James pulled a gun, Amy stepped in and had him hand it over to her. and she tried to empty the clip into him, which James was able to dodge. So yeah. And I think as we left off, like she just left. So we'll jump in and see what our thinbloods up to now. We'll start with Zach, I think. So we decided on you taking the Ward Against Spirits ritual.
Yeah. I was also thinking if there's some kind of ritual that would help him track Crowley and his gang, that's also something he'd probably also want to be looking into.
Mm-hmm.
Craft a bloodstone?
Well, the issue with the bloodstone is you need to put it on the person you're tracking.
Not as if he never shows up.
Trail of Prey, maybe.
That also works.
Or again, something custom, since the rulebook does say, if there are no rituals, something factoring you and the DM can craft your own shit. Which I think was the intended. Why? I think that was actually the intent with V5's blood sorcery was meant to be people were meant to craft their own shit, but most people just ignore that bit.
I mean, rituals are very involved. So okay, we'll start with the Ward Against Spirits. It's fairly easy if we do, and we do have access to the chantry, the old chantry.
So Saki's just in the chantry, still got casts on and whatnot, because he should still be in the hospital, but they can't really stop him if he wants to leave.
Yeah. It's fairly straightforward to ward an item. You basically just sort of draw this sigil in blood, and that'll keep any nasty things away from the spirit world. And yeah. Handful of salt or brick dust mixed with blood is the trick.
So we see him with a giant cowboy hat in the chantry. The cowboy hat is put upside down, and in the inlay, what's the bit at the top of the hat that's inside called?
I have no idea.
Well, that part, everyone here knows what I mean when I say that. Hopefully. He's marking it with a ward.
Did you say that?
Does he know how many wards he can make at one time?
You can do as many as you want. It's a rouse check to do it, though.
Because he'll be making a few at this point.
And then if a spirit tries to interact with the worded item, then it'll trigger a roll.
And then you would see at least 3 items.
Mm-hmm.
No, at least 4. You got a cowboy hat, a bracelet fit for a little girl.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of rouse checks here. Sack's probably going to kill someone by the end of the night from hunger. Pretty much a bracelet for a little girl. 2 matching rings for kids.
Okay. Yeah.
A watch for a young person. And a matching dog collars.
Right.
Because he doesn't know whether or not these guys can possess the animals or not. Pretty much essentially wards for his whole family, and for the dogs and Elliot's little girl.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what? I won't actually have you out for them, but I will just say that you do just kill someone to get the blood necessary, and we'll keep you at hunger 1 for now.
Yeah, and we see Sack speaking to someone nearby, brings them to the chantry, cuts their throat, drinks from it to get low, does the rituals. Then we see Sack taking the body to the hospital and just putting it in the morgue under a John Doe.
Harsh.
So I'm just wondering, how does Zach choose the person he kills?
It would probably just be a homeless person. It's one of the lost dead. To use a very dark term. But Zach sees his family and friends as more important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to assume I'm getting a few stains for that.
I think you should take at least one stain, yes.
Isn't doing something like that 2 stains? I might be. I don't know, because it's not
my game. I can do what I want.
Sorry.
But honestly, I felt if this was for selfish reasons, 2 stains is fair. But this is a very human reason for it, and he is trying to protect his loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
If he killed them for just experiment's sake, then I'd think too. But I think for now, the fact it is coming from a reasonable place, as reasonable as murder can be. Now which should work.
Sure. Yeah, we won't get too.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in. I said.
Yeah. Okay. Trouble. Let's catch him with Veronica.
So Veronica has been perfecting her formulas, been testing them out, and so far she has perfected 4.
Okay.
And the names that she's come up with them are red tar for Red's hot sauce. Telekinetic grasp for far reach. Reinforced ligaments for soaring leap. And natural weapons for feral weapons.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so do we just see her working away in her the lab that you used to share with Greg?
Yeah, and as she's going home, like, and she packs up and is starting to walk home.
Yeah. I think it's like early evening, when you're moving away. You're leaving out that sort of side entrance, and going into the car park. I can't remember. She has a car, doesn't she?
Yes, I think I said it was a 2001, I think. I'm going to say Chevy Silverado because I don't remember what I said at first.
Right. Okay, that's fair. It's fine. I'm not a car person, so who knows?
So from now on, it's a Chevy.
It's a metal box that goes boom.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a metal box that goes vroom.
So, yeah, give me a wits awareness, please.
Okie dokie. Awareness.
Okay, that is a terrible roll.
The game. I don't want to start the game off like that, so I'm going to re-roll.
Okay, you can re-roll 2. There's your hunger 1.
Much better.
Okay. Yeah, so you do we see your car, you're beginning to walk away over to it. You hear footsteps approach behind you. They're slightly hurried. there's that smell of like dirt and oil and grease.
Hello, Anthony.
Stevie. Oh,
Stevie.
Davy.
Davy.
David, yes.
David. Hello, David.
The footsteps like stop. Hi, Veronica. Do you turn around or
Yeah, she turns around.
yeah? He's sort of standing there and like his work overalls are like very dirty and yeah.
So, something the camera would notice, the moment she sees this man, her posture almost becomes predatory. Like she is.
Yeah. I heard like that you got kidnapped or something. Like, I mean, I just wanted to see if you were okay.
You've seen. Now you can go.
Yeah, he takes like a half step forward. I mean, are you okay though? Like, you know, this kind of stuff can be traumatic.
You know what?
Like, and if you like ever need like a shoulder to cry on.
And she basically walks forward and grabs him by the elbow. Let's go to somewhere more private. And for anyone else, this would be extremely threatening.
Let's make a subterfuge check. Or manipulation persuasion. I'll give you that.
Manipulation, persuasion.
And
I'm good at one of those things.
I'll give you a +1 on your dice roll.
Okie dokie.
Oh, actually, do you have the Luke Smart? I can't remember.
I'm stunning, so it would be a +3, right?
So, yeah.
Mother!
Wow.
I'm re-rolling.
I just hate you.
Cheetah was stunning. I only have beautiful.
Okay, 3.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bit of like weariness. Sure.
She leads him
in my car.
She leads him to an alleyway.
Sure.
And then her fingernails grow into claws. She grabs him by the throat and slams him against a wall.
Okay. Mark off use of your feral claws.
Yep, already done.
Okay. Make me a strength roll as well for if you're picking up by the throat. It's still very difficult. You don't have like super strength or anything. And he is like a grown man, so.
What the shit?
Your rolls are wonderful today.
Fine. I'm spending more willpower.
Okay. 3. It takes a second, like as you finish drinking your formula, and you feel your claws extend. He like takes a half step back, like further into the alley, just in like fear. And when you lunge forward to pick him up by the throat, he kind of scrambles backwards, and it's very difficult to like get into his skin. Eventually, you manage to like pin him, not really picking him up, but like he's fallen backwards, and he's going to start screaming for help.
She stops that from happening, squeezing the throat.
Okay. How aware do you think Veronica is of the damage that her claws will do if she does that?
Not very. She is angry.
You feel the arteries and the vocal cords and the windpipe sever as the nails dig right through the flesh. Just it's like, pushing knives into like butter, just sinks right through. And that beautiful smell of blood hits your nostrils as
I think she leans down and starts drinking.
okay, are you going to eat him?
If I hadn't lost
drink all of his blood.
If I hadn't lost to humanity, I would have said no, but yeah, she eats him.
Sure.
I see. You're accomplishing his dream and making him a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, now I don't want to do it anymore. Oh.
I need to double check something. James, lose your contact for the time being. You'll have to find a new one.
I guess if you want a positive spin on this, David gets his wish of spending the rest of his life with Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
You were the one who chose to eat his soul.
Okay, Veronica has no fucking clue that that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you can set your hunger to 0.
Think of it this way: you can no longer judge Sack.
I guess I lose the stalker flaw.
For now, stalkers will be back and in greater numbers.
You ate the stalker flaw.
If Jack the Ripper sees us, he may now be into you.
Just like
Jack's having a different time.
Alistair Crowley walks by, he's like, I hate women, but
Well, we'll leave your scene there, I think.
I just want to
sure.
end off with when she's done. She just sits up on her knees, and you see them lick her fangs, and she enjoyed that probably just a little bit too much.
Oh yeah, all the fear that he had inflicted on you when he followed you for months,
years.
Yeah, like it was good, and it felt just to finally sink your teeth into the problem and make it go away.
I don't think she regrets this
again.
I don't think she regrets this decision at all.
I think that means she automatically failed the remorse.
Yeah, if she does not feel remorseful, I think that's just it.
I mean, it's fair. It's a valid reaction. But yeah, game V, melancholy resonance.
Mel on call.
So you can gain 2 powers from Fortitude or 2 powers from Obfuscate.
I got watery veins. I can't use.
Okay, yes. Right. That is
Veronica,
unfortunate.
for the audience, I have a custom Thin Blood flaw called Watery Veins. She can only use Thin Blood alchemy. It is impossible for her to use any other vampiric disciplines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And that brings us to James. I think, meanwhile, in the hospital, where you're back seeing your mum, your dad's not there right now. You hear a polite knock at the door.
James. It takes James. I don't think he really acknowledges it at first. Like, he's too lost in his own head right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's just listening to that beep, beep, beep of the heart monitor and just watching his mum's chest rise and fall as she breathes slowly. He's not paying attention to anything outside of his mum right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do they knock again louder?
There's a polite wait. And then they'll just open the door.
He'll turn
excuse me
at the sound of the door opening.
Excuse me for interrupting. Just coming to check in.
Is this Alistair Crowley?
No.
Okay.
There's like a hint of recognition though. He's a young guy, like early 20s, probably about the same age as you. He's got the black trousers, black belt, black shirt, and like the little white dog collar.
Yeah. It takes him a moment to recognize, and then that moment lasts as long as it takes me to open up my character sheet.
Mark Aldridge.
Yeah, so he's just like, Mark, man, what the fuck are you doing here? I mean, it's good to see you, but what are you doing here?
Hi, James. Yes, I saw the name Cleverly, and I thought it might be someone that you knew.
Yeah.
I was sorry to hear. So I've been stopping by with some flowers.
That was you then. I thought that was Dad.
Yeah, there's like a small, slight array of flowers.
Makes sense. Isn't really the flowers type.
May I come in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he comes and pulls a seat up next to you and sits down. As you can see, I made good with my life a bit.
Yeah, you've done well. I mean, I wish I'd followed. More than anything, I wish I'd followed you.
Oh, it's not too late.
And when he says that, James looks at his mum and he just says, "It's, isn't it? I mean, it's my fault. It's all my fault." My soul is damned.
I spoke with Mr. Cleverly, and George. It's weird calling him that. I had my first beer at his house. But yeah, your dad is worried about you. He seems to think that this is related to what happened with the things we used to be involved in.
It's it's so much bigger than that. So much bigger. You have no idea. I know you're a man of faith, but do you believe in the supernatural? Do you actually believe that demons and devils and monsters exist? Do you?
Believe in the stories and what they tell us about ourselves. The ghosts are just the elements of the living, still clinging to us.
What have I told you? It was all true. All of it. Everything. What have I told you that one of those monsters is the reason my brother is missing and my mum is fighting for her life? What have I told you? I am one of those monsters now. I said my soul is... Pardon?
You're not a monster. We're only... Sometimes society tells us we are. Sometimes we've made bad choices. Sometimes things don't go as well as we hoped. Or we have to face consequences.
I almost killed someone. I almost killed someone. They survived. They're alive now, but they're not in a good way. And I did it out of anger. I did it because someone threatened my family, and I lashed out when I did something really fucking stupid. And now people are suffering because of me. I fucked up, man. I fucked up. I don't know how to fix this.
Well, I don't know if you can take any comfort in faith. But I'm here for you as a friend. And the boy I grew up with, the man I got to know, was not a monster. And I don't believe he would have strayed that far down the bad path.
He just looked at his mum, and the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
I always referred there's no hell except for that which we make for ourselves. If you don't like the world you live in, build a better world. I give you a smirk like, okay, that first part's from the Demon Barber. But it does ring true.
Stringy tart, huh?
Yeah.
And he laughs. He laughs at the mention of an old long dead serial killer, and it becomes a belly laugh, and the audience knows why he's laughing. Peter, is it Peter? No, what's his name?
Mark.
Mark, sorry. Mark has no idea what James finds so funny, but the audience does.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of like concern. And after a moment, he's he'll put a hand on your shoulder.
You know what? You're right. The world is what we make it. And if I can't have the world I want, then I need to make the world I want.
See, I always had like a little bit of ambition that just needed a spark.
Yeah. I've been thinking more and more of leaving behind the old life. You know, the gangs, the drugs, everything. It seems so meaningless now. Like, I mean, you've got a fucking hole in reality. Like, there's actual monsters, like straight up, like myths and legends monsters running around, killing people, attacking people. And his eyes, when he says attacking people, his eyes flick to his mum unconsciously. And I imagine that makes Mark wonder what really happened to his mum.
Mm-hmm.
And
until you feel safe, why don't you hold on to this for me, and you'll take this silver crucifix out from around his neck and press it into your hand. And if you need to talk to me, well, I'm here.
I've been I'm sorry I haven't been around more. I wanted to keep you as far away from this bullshit as possible. I mean, I knew you were doing well. I mean, I kept tabs on you, but like I said, I wanted to keep you out of it. I mean, I made Billy promise not to drag you back in. Took a lot of convincing, but I hope he's laid off. I hope he hasn't been sending people around trying to convince you to rejoin.
Oh, don't worry about it. I don't think any of Billy's men can get past the nuns. They're way scarier. But well, I need to go through some donations, like clothes and stuff. If you need anything, I mean, you probably don't need sort of gestures to how you're dressed, but well.
I'm good on money. On a note, and he takes out his wallet and gives Mark a tenner. Like, there you go, donation.
Right, well, thank you. He gets up. It's good to see you.
Man, it's been too long. I mean, I'll definitely have to swing by the church.
I don't drink much anymore, but if you want a cup of tea, then
I don't drink anymore either.
Good. You see, you're a better man than you know.
You say so.
And yeah, you'll leave the room.
This is the part where Mark starts pushing James along the path of Golconda without even realizing.
Or he's working for Crowley.
That is a betrayal I think would break James.
Wait, I do that.
Yes, you absolutely would.
I'm saying the fact that it was this dude who replaced my character's barber after my dad's mysterious death that Crowley mentioned. So
Sometimes a coincidence is just a coincidence.
Yes, don't worry about it.
Lies. It's all lies.
Thinking that way gets you bit in the ass.
Mm-hmm. If
you assume everything is connected, the worst you can be is disappointed.
Yes.
Fair. Yeah, I can't believe you're being so mean to me and saying I'm so manipulative. But anyway, let's go check in. Let's go check in with dear Elliot.
With our resident Hannibal Lecter.
I mean, maybe.
Not him. His sister.
Maybe.
No. He's Hannibal. She's Lecter.
Terrible.
Oh, there were one person. Anyway.
You sorry, we cut in on Elliot in a now familiar boxing gym converted to like warehouse space. There's the sounds of training. There's a smell of like sweat and like stale air. A little bit of sort of like cleaning product where, people have had to spit out blood and things from these very unsanctioned, unsafe fights. What do we see Elliot doing?
I think Elliot was training.
Mm-hmm.
So he just finishes doing a final punch on the punching bag, turn and puts his hands forward to take off the gloves and go to sort of the little place where he keeps his bag, puts them in, and looks around for the old man.
You see him standing off to one of the sides. He's overseeing some training with what you now recognize as like some of James's crew. You've seen them a few times. They're at the wedding and things.
Yeah. He walks over. He probably got their names, so he'll just give them a nod and just look at the old man and say, "Hey."
Elliot, you done for the day?
Practicing, yeah. Unless you want me to throw up their form. I mean, random name number 3 over there is clearly going to break something if he keeps going that way.
It's Tommy. Again, it's always Tommy.
Tommy's definitely going to break something if he keeps throwing punches like that.
Right, yeah.
But he's throwing punches with his thumb in his fist.
Yeah. It's like there's just no sort of like strength in his wrist. It's like, yeah. I mean, if you want to. I don't have any fights or anything booked for the night, so I guess I can pay you a little to do some training.
About that, do you mind something to ask?
Uh, hmm. Gives you like, is this a private matter?
Sort of. Not like office matter, just a little bit away from.
Sure. Guys, fuck off. And he sends the younger group away. Right.
So knowing what James does, do you have any cleanup jobs? People that need to not be there?
Good too. You looking to get into
Just that bit.
my side of the business?
Just that.
Right.
Nothing else.
It's a shame because knowing what I know about James, I imagine you'd be pretty handy.
Let's just say no one will find them.
Right. Make a persuasion check. It's not like a or subterfuge.
I
I'm
have
not actually
neither.
Sure. He's just like he's just concerned about what the implications of that are.
He's not like he's just not saying them, but he could ask, right?
Actually, sure. Well, it doesn't have to be a roll.
I mean,
Do you?
you can tell me the stat to roll because I just have 0 dots in either skill.
Right. He's not going to like say no. It's more that it's. Yeah, he's just concerned, like what that means. So I know about the. I know about what happened, but
Do you?
I think so.
You know,
the fancy
James
dentistry.
Someone?
James shoots a lot of people.
Okay,
Someone he wasn't meant to.
Yeah. Let's go to the office. We're gonna need a drink for this.
Right. I don't think I have your the type of juice you like.
More like
Sure.
you're gonna need alcohol for this one.
Sure.
So we cut to the office as they sit down. I think.
Yeah.
Do I have? Yes, I have lifelike. So, like, I can still drink the. He just points at the alcohol. Just works slightly less effective.
Okay. Take another like tumbler, fill it a couple of fingers deep, slide it over to you. He stays standing.
Yeah, he's like, you might want to sit down. As he sits down.
Good standing, thanks.
Okay, well, don't call me crazy. So, you know the wedding?
Yeah.
You ever heard of Bloody Mary?
No. I mean, I know like the children's story.
Yeah, it's real. She's a ghost.
Huh. Yeah, he just like doubts it.
I told you might want to sit down for this one.
Yeah, maybe. He fills himself like another and sits down. Okay, so James shot Bloody Mary.
In a sense. So Bloody Mary showed up at the wedding. Killed one of the bridesmaids. Then possessed my
Okay.
sister. James shot my sister.
Ah, is this a problem? I mean, James is a good earner, but he's getting a bit out of control.
Well, let's just say she tried to empty a clip into him later.
Hmm.
She was dying. I couldn't do that again. So the guy that kidnapped us kindly showed up and did the same thing.
Kindly, right? Jesus fucking Christ. Um,
He's not smiling. He's being like super serious.
yeah, yeah.
Just goes, yeah. It was that or my sister died the day of her wedding by James.
Okay. And how's she adapting?
Not great. Unlike us, she can't just drink.
Hmm. Just gonna roll a 10 for him. Hang on. Nope, I did not do that right.
The slash comes first.
Yes, yes. Hmm. Okay, cool. Um, okay, so what she has to like does she eat other vampires?
Haven't tried that one. But no, she prefers her pork long.
Right. So cleanup work.
Yeah, I would
I get
rather
it.
do that instead of her.
Hmm. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's incredibly fucked up.
She,
Can probably get you something.
yeah,
So I mean, there was an incident with some of Tommy's boys. I'll get you the address. He like scrounges around, finds like a old envelope, um, scrolls address on the back of it. Um, it's a car park. There was um, a drug deal that we were setting up there. It's one of the first incidents. A couple of bodies there. Um, just don't tell me. Actually, yeah, okay. Um, I think this is probably enough of a payment, though.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Um, don't know what the hell you're going to do after the gang war is over, but plenty of bodies hitting the floor just now.
They stay well in the freezer.
Just don't even tell me.
He
Good
nods.
God, that was so uncomfortable. Sorry.
I love
He
the.
takes like another big drink.
I told you you needed to sit down and get some alcohol for this one.
Yeah. Okay. Just get the hell out. Then yeah, that just
He just nods, stands up and says, you know, family first. Turns
Yeah.
around and leaves.
okay, right. And Teaser, you're gonna say something.
I was going to say, I just love the. That's really fucked up. So, anyways, I've got some job ideas.
I mean, you know, any other way of disposing of it is less
I just love it. It's like, that's fucked up. So, anyway,
less prone. It's more prone to come back and bite them. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
Trouble.
that's fucked up, but I'm into it.
If it's okay with you, I would like Veronica to catch up with Elliot as he leaves.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
So as you exit the building, you just see Veronica heading towards the building.
unless she does anything, he'll just sort of notice you're there, maybe give a nod, and then just walk the other way.
She would go, Elliot,
He'll stop.
and she walks up beside you and goes, we need to talk about the order of events that happened at the wedding. Because you see, her heart was beating when I left.
You do know people's heart keep beating while they've been shot, right? The heart doesn't just stop.
I am a medical professional. So when I say her heart was beating, I mean she was in no imminent danger of dying from the bullet.
She died in my arms. I think you were a bit busy.
I'm telling you she didn't die from the bullet.
I think it was a high stress situation and anyone could make the mistake. I don't blame you.
I pulled the bullet out of her chest. I sewed her up. I gave her some of my blood to help her heal. I made sure she was stable before I left.
Shrugs. I don't know what to tell you.
I think you know what I'm driving at. You just don't want to accept it.
I don't think you know what you're driving at.
What happens when a person drinks too much vampire blood?
How do you know? Have you fed someone?
I don't know, okay?
Then don't try to say that she was fine.
The bullet didn't kill her.
You were preoccupied.
What was that?
You were fairly preoccupied. It's fine.
Do you realize this is Crowley's fault, right? Everything? Him and his goons?
I blame the ghost more.
And who told the ghosts to go to the wedding?
Doesn't matter. Just because
Yes,
they were told to
does.
go doesn't mean they were told to possess my sister. Doesn't mean that James was forced to shoot her. They all made their own independent decisions to end with that outcome. I was told
Not a-
to is not a defense.
I'm not defending James. I'm saying point that anger towards an enemy.
Like I said, I blame the fucking ghost.
Hopefully this will help you kill it. And she slams a bottle of something in your hand.
He'll put it away.
And she walks away and just calls over her shoulder, "Think Wolverine."
He'll walk away as well.
Mhm. Cool. Yeah, Ryan.
After this high-end scene, could Elliot then get a text from Sack that says, Grace needs a doctor's checkup, bring the dogs?
You'll get a reply
Yeah.
of, I only have one dog.
Yes,
Hmm.
find a way to get the other.
Maybe you
I
should
would,
ask
I would-
Veronica for that one.
Veronica and I may need more time before we speak.
I'm not
and
stealing
then-
her dog.
Fine, then I will give you whatever. That is the text you get.
In the background of Zach's apartment, we just see Alan trying on the hat. It's been like rinsed off of all the blood and things.
The twins and Sebastian have their stuff as well, and Zach is pretty much like, if any of you take this shit off, I will weld it into your skin.
Jesus Christ, even to the twins.
Yes, I will scare these kids straight.
That
will
never
be-
works.
They will be safe.
Alan like rushes over and it's like, Zach, darling, kids, what your brother means is that he loves you very much, and these gifts represent a lot of that. How much he cares about you, and he really wants you to be safe. Okay, so just
How close to
promise.
crying were they?
They were super close. Like there was like tears like forming.
Sebastian, take the twins to McDonald's. Sorry, stressed.
Yeah, they grabbed the twins. They're like, yeah, come on, guys. It's Happy Meals, and maybe a movie. It's like,
Sebastian
what
also
the fuck?
Sebastian also knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. And I'm sure the twins have some understanding that we're being threatened, but, I haven't gone full into the supernatural shit with the twins just yet.
Mm.
But the family knows we are in danger.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so eventually I guess Elliot will arrive. With Polaris and Grace.
The question is, does Elliot get to grab Grace? Because she's not with them. I don't think.
That's why he said.
Hmm.
That's why Sack has put this down as a doctor's appointment.
I don't think Becca has let him see her
Hmm.
sense.
Okay, we have time. Let's see Becca. Because I don't think she's had a lot of screen time. Or any, actually.
He had a phone call, and that was it.
Yeah. So yeah, you show up at Becca's, I guess.
Yep.
How does Elliot feel as he approaches apartment?
The image of it. He's embodying the image of a dog with its tail tucked between its legs and looking like face down, like
Okay.
ears all the way
do you-
flopped down.
Follow-up question: do you have Amy with you?
Probably not. I think Amy's probably trying to figure out her stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Amy's gotten a little bit scary. Like she's, yeah, we'll get to that eventually, but yes.
Does anyone want a job getting Sack's research subjects?
Yeah.
She might be good at that.
She's a hotel manager.
She might be good at that.
So
If there's any underperforming maids or wait staff,
fucking hell. Hospitality.
Good
is a
Lord,
tough
Ryan.
business.
these are jokes to lighten the very dark mood.
They're very dark jokes. Yeah, do so.
Can I just say, I just want to point out that right now, James, the fucking gangster, is the good guy of the group.
Hey, again, these were hypothetical jokes to lighten the mood. No one is actually
Oh, I
murdering.
know. It's just with how dark everyone else is going, and James is like, I'm thinking of trying to be a better person. Everyone else is like, right, so life of crime it is, life of crime.
I mean, in a sense, Elliot is just trying to be a good brother.
Mhm.
Oh no, I totally get it.
Like, it's fucked
kind
up.
of like the idea that like the one that started off on the wrong side of the morality spectrum is now the one leaning furthest to the right side.
I see.
This is after show talk.
Yeah.
Let's
Sorry.
get back to it.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a fair point. Yes, you approach Becca's apartment. What kind of place does she live in? I'm imagining like a small flat as well.
Yeah, like her place maybe slightly better. She has a job that it actually pays regularly. Probably not like a, good one. It's not a great job, but she gets 40 hours, etc.
You go up and knock on the door. After a minute, she just come up and open it. I think like Shrek 2 is playing in the background. You can hear like the dramatic fight scene music.
Yep.
And
It's the I Need a Hero part.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't like. He probably opens it and the chain is still attached, so it's just like that crack.
What do you want?
Did you forget she has a doctor's appointment?
Make a persuasion check.
The doc
Or
would have
some-
sent,
or
if it helps, the doc would have sent a fake, appointment slip to him.
Is it manipulation
not
or
fake,
charisma?
I'd say it's probably manipulation.
Okay. Question.
I will give you a +1 for fake doctor's note.
Okay. So persuasion?
Yeah.
Persuasion. Manipulation. 1 for the doctor's note. Does looks apply?
No. That
I
is
figured.
looks don't apply to your ex, okay?
I mean, maybe.
You could reverse the blood if you want to need an extra dice.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yep, that is actually my dice pool.
Okay, fair. Yeah, she sighs, closes the door. You hear the chain come off. She opens it. Okay, before I let you in, she has been having so many nightmares since I let you take her to your sister's wedding. She came back and she was so scared. Do you have any idea how difficult this has been? So, you take her out for ice cream. After the appointment, you play the Shrek soundtrack in the car, loud as you can. It keeps her calm. And yeah, just take care of our daughter. Is that too much to ask?
No. Becca, when we get back and we put her to sleep, you and I need to have a chat.
We'll see. And she kind of leaves you start standing at the threshold.
No, he'll
she will-
as she gives the will see, he'll actually not grab her, but sort of lightly put a hand on her and say, "Oh, you had an explanation."
Fine. But yeah, she pulls out of your grasp, and walks down the hall. There are still old family pictures up, of the three of you, with the dog and things. Polaris is standing in the hallway watching you.
I lean down and go, "Polaris."
Yeah, kind of moves towards trepidatiously. The dog knows that something is wrong. Yeah, does come over.
I give her scratches.
A moment later, Becca comes back with Grace. Grace is not doing super well. She's all the other times we've seen her, she's been very hyper and running around and things. She's in her mom's arms just now. And yeah. Right. Now, you be a good girl. You're just gonna go to the doctor. that Grace does start crying because she has a lot of trauma about doctors now. Um,
It's not
Uh,
like she's gonna
it's
go.
okay. It's okay.
Not like she's gonna see the doctor that's the catalyst of that or anything.
Yeah, no. She calms her down and she gives her over to Elliot.
Elliot will just hold her and say, "Hey, well, remember that place with the ice cream you liked? We're going there."
Yeah, she nods. It's not even like the like fake sort of like child nod of like of like if she could play it up to get more ice cream or something. Like she's just genuinely quite sad. And yeah,
You want to get ice cream before we go? After we go, or both?
she does nod both on there. She just basically keeps nodding.
She's sad, not stupid.
Exactly. Okay. But one type at a time, okay? So if you get chocolate, you don't get chocolate the second time.
And yeah, we'll cut to Zach's apartment, where yeah, Grace shows up. She has a bit of ice cream on her nose when you open the door. She's holding her dad's hand.
No, I think Elliot is still carrying her.
No, but
Hey, Grace. Zach.
immediately burst into tears.
I expected that.
Elliot like holds her closer and starts patting her head. Like it's fine.
Zach's,
It's fine.
Zach's
He's
probably
fine.
out of the. At this point, Zach's probably healed up at this point because he wouldn't want to see Grace, head
Yeah.
to toe in things. Are you okay? I assume that. I have a gift for you and your dog.
She does look up at you. Like they're still like her eyes are like very red.
Heads into the back, comes back with 3 boxes. One that says to Grace, the other says to the dog, and the third one says to the other one. She doesn't know the dog's name. He doesn't know the dog's names.
Elliot's
What?
dog, Veronica's dog.
Yeah.
No, just the dog, the other one.
I think Elliot looks at them and goes, "Which dog? What other one?"
That dog and the other one.
So V's dog?
Yeah, these 2 are for you. This one's for your dog. This one's for the other one.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the one for Pollux.
They're interchangeable. You can give either to War. Doesn't really
Polaris. Sorry, not Pollux. Different
Polaris,
star.
yeah.
I'll take the one for Polaris. You can talk to Veronica about the other.
It may be better if you do.
It's definitely better if you do.
No, I don't think so. But we're not here to just talk about that. Here you go, Grace. I hand Grace the gift. Again, it's full birthday. Because he knew Grace was probably going to be sad, it is full birthday gift wrapped up, so she can have the enjoyment of ripping apart paper and having a bit of destructive fun.
Okay.
I hold her so she can do that.
Since wrecking shit is the best part of opening a gift.
So she was like 7 or 8. Like she's able to move on her own. So like
Oh yeah, no,
like,
just
jump down and like
the way I'm holding her to like still carry her, she can just grab the present and go nuts.
Yeah. She
and
has
if you're not 18, you're a child in Zach's eyes, and child equals treat you like you're a toddler.
right.
Any child is child to Zach. He doesn't. He's not good with kids, as we saw earlier.
Yeah. So she opens it and it's like a nice little bracelet. I imagine it's like a friendship bracelet kind of thing.
Not really, because again, his plan is for her to have this essentially forever.
Mhm.
Even after we deal with this Crowley shit, he now knows there's spooky shit out there. He wants this little girl to be protected. So it's it's a very nice ornamental bracelet that's cute, but as she gets older, it wouldn't be
Mhm.
like when she gets to like her teenage years, it will be a nice bit of jewelry and not that kiddie thing I'm wearing for no good reason.
Yeah. Okay. And you can always make her a new one if you have to.
Yes, but that costs, doing that would have a cost. So
That
being able to
costs
give her-
lives.
Yeah. So even if Lil Grace doesn't understand that it's not just super cutesy right now, teenage to adult Grace will, as long as she doesn't die, will thanks Zack later for not having it be childish.
Yeah, we'll say it's like a little sort of like charm bracelet then, which kind of fits with the vibe.
So it's a little charm silver like she can put on her wrists.
Yeah. But yeah. Does Elliot question any of this? Like,
Elliot has a questioning look, but he, it's fine. He sort of after she's opened it and if she needs help putting it on, he'll help. But then he'll be like, "You want to open Polaris's?"
Before you do, I should let you know what this is. There's a lot of scary, as you know from the wedding. There's a lot of scary.
How about
stuff.
you just text me?
This is almost starts crying with the wedding.
Yeah, it's like
look.
Zach,
I know. No, let me finish, please.
Zach,
please. This
Zach,
is important.
Zach, she's gonna go play after with Polaris in a second.
Yeah.
Then you can tell me.
Well, I need
then
to tell
you
her.
can tell me.
Let me tell her. Look,
he sort of looks at you in the eyes with this look of, if you say anything else, I'll punch you in the throat.
I won't mention the bad word again.
I'll tell her.
She just needs to know, as long as she wears this, she'll be safe from bad things. That's all I was going to explain.
Let's see.
But
Zach,
I was trying to.
Can I just get a check from you? Let me just double check something. Yeah, we're just going to say charisma persuasion.
With Zach's famous bedside manner.
Yeah.
Can you at least rouse?
I was planning to.
Well, at least you don't get hungrier.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want this to backfire.
And does being beautiful help?
I don't think so.
Trust the free doctor. Hey, being good looking doesn't always have sexual connotations. It could just be this person looks nice, therefore I trust them more.
She saw you covered in blood.
And
you're the source of some of her trauma. I don't think it applies.
I would be on my drugs, but does that give me social bonuses?
I think it gives you mental bonuses.
So that wouldn't help here. Damn it.
Let me double check.
Why do drugs not help?
So you have the high functioning addict flaw. Yeah. So yeah, it's like when you drink from someone who has stimulants in their system, you get bonuses to your mental stats. That you've not recently. The last person you drank from was the person that you
killed through, which I would have drugged up.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Take another stain.
Well, if I was gonna do it, no point wasting it. The only way I can get my drug fix at this point.
Wow. Elliot, you should keep Grace away from Zach. Like Jesus Christ.
Hey, Elliot knows nothing about any of this.
Hey, see this? This is the morality of the party slowly trending downwards.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to spend a willpower for that
Mhm.
because
again,
guys
I'd
hate me.
like to point out James is fast becoming the good boy of the group.
3
This should-
successes.
This should concern everybody.
Mhm.
3 successes. Grace, trust me. Trust the doctor.
Um.
Sadly, I've got the charisma of David Tennant's doctor, so not that good.
Yeah. She nods after a minute.
Try to be
She
Matt
holds
ends up
her-
Tennant.
And she holds like her wrist up to Elliot. And says like protect.
Yep.
And then she runs after the dog and does like a very terrible like Antonio Banderas impression of like today is the day I repay my debt, and does like fake lunges at the dog.
Then he'll step closer to Zach and say,
I pull out. If you open the next package, there's a dog collar.
"Oh, I imagine she opened it and put it on Polaris."
Mm. Yeah. She's like she lunges at him and like rolls around on the ground. Polaris is just sort of like playing along, but yeah.
She probably also starts playing with some of the twins' toys that are just on the ground. Yeah, that was a lot more annoying than I expected it to be.
Elliot will get closer to Zach, which I imagine is slightly threatening due to the height difference.
Yeah.
And sort of in a whisper, which I won't do because then you won't hear me. So, what do those things do?
But stop spiritual entities from hopefully being able to hurt and or possess people with them. I've given my entire family one. I've created one for the dog, and for the other dog, because I don't know if they can possess animals. I'm not sure if they would protect us or if it's just a mortal thing. I need a bit more research. Our character, what is the answer to that?
They would protect us.
They protect you, yeah.
I need to create some for us, but I focused on our families first. For obvious reasons.
Zach, you better tell me that you couldn't do this before.
I couldn't do it before the wedding. If I could have...
He's staring at you to measure if this is true or not. And
it's true.
He still stares. And then goes,
Yeah.
Okay.
If I could do it at the wedding, every fucking item... Okay, not that, because I probably have had to with a few additional people to protect the entire wedding. What could I have? I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to tell you because you're probably the less judgmental, but there may have been a price for all this. It takes a lot of my... It took a lot of my blood to do this.
Okay.
But don't tell the other two, because you know how they get very judgmental. Which is weird for a gangster, but meh.
In exchange, can you look up how to kill a ghost?
I'm working on that.
Tell me first.
Well, a mix of that and trying to figure out who the next the stray is going to be. So
Still nod. Don't lose priority on the ghost thing.
Don't suppose there's any have you been contacted by any of our benefactors? Very big air quotes.
Not since he turned my sister.
How's she doing after that?
How do you think she was doing? She has to eat people.
Yeah, maybe I should have gave you the body instead of dropping off at the hospital. I'll think about that next time. Although I was drugged up, so maybe not the best thing to give your sister. I don't know, we'll
I
think
would
about it later.
prefer people who are not on drugs. Does that work?
Yeah, it's how I keep my
I don't want my sister on drugs.
That's why I said it was that's why after thinking about it I said it was a bad idea. But it helps my mental faculties I used to mostly just take pills while working in the hospital, but after this, it turned out the only way I can get my goddamn drugs anymore is by injecting into the system.
Right. So I'm not bringing Grace to you as a doctor ever.
Hey, I'm a good doctor. My personal life does not affect my medical practices.
You took drugs while practicing medicine.
And it helps me. It helps my concentration and forethought. I don't take any, drugs that actively hurt me. I'm not that dumb.
I
know
think
what
she'll
doctor-
still see her normal pediatric.
Yeah, well, again, I just wanted to give her the bracelet.
Okay.
Yeah, I still need to apologize to the twins after I snapped at them earlier this evening. Kids are.
Your bedside manner needs a lot of improvement.
I'm a gender non-conforming gay guy who was raised by a very strict Catholic man.
So you should know
you shocked my
that
bedside
people
manner isn't.
should be treated with a little bit more kindness than you normally do.
Kindness was being out with me.
He'll pat you slightly on the shoulder and go, "Sorry."
Yeah, I'm trying to be better at that. I'm trying to be better for the twins, but yeah, Sebastian is much better at taking care of them than I am, but they're technically still 16, so, I have to be a little...
Just
damn it.
be better than your parents.
Zach kind of just rests his head on your shoulder a bit, just drained.
I feel like your boyfriend would object to this.
Yeah, he wouldn't see you as a threat.
I mean, true, I'm not into that.
There is a tug
but...
on Elliot's hand. And you see Grace looking up at you. She's found the one of the other cowboy hats, and she's holding it in her hands like that was some brute scene. And it's like, Daddy, are you gonna save the princess? She looks to Zach.
He just goes, of course, and in one move just grabs Zach princess style.
Zach actually blushes very deep red at this.
In your ear he just says, "Don't think about that. Don't you dare."
Zach is just blushing super red.
Yeah. Grace has already ran away and just pretend fighting the dog again.
He'll just move a step a little bit to the side and then drop him. Very unceremoniously, just drop him.
You bet. Wait, Alcat, what year is this game set in again?
It's 2014.
You better hope they don't make any movies about the cat exclusively.
God.
And it's at this moment Elliot gets a text from Veronica. All it says is, "Sorry I was a bitch earlier. My mind is in a different dimension right now."
Can you tell... if you say this, Veronica, Zach will be like, "Can you tell her to come
Yeah,
here?"
he just takes out the phone and goes, "Oh, speak of the devil."
Yeah, fine, I'll talk to her. Should apologize that my boyfriend shot her in the face.
I feel like
what?
at that moment...
Okay.
She almost killed me.
Okay.
I feel like at
He
that moment-
just replies
I'm gonna
to
regain control
Veronica.
for a second. I'm just going to regain control for a second. So, we're running out of time. I have one thing that I'd really like to do.
I'll write the
James-
reply in chat and they can read it.
Yeah. James and Zach get messages. I imagine James has been off to do his own stuff since. But it's from an unfamiliar number. It does say Hi, can you come to the chaplaincy at the hospital?
Wait, who's getting this?
Zach.
You and Zach.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, I was going to say,
Um,
I imagine James did also send a message to Zach. Just for dramatic effect, it's the same time Veronica sent the message to Elliot and it's saying we need to talk. So I imagine then James gets that text message saying, come to the hospital. So he's like, oh, okay. But he texts and he's actually, you know what? He's still paranoid and traumatized. He sees that message, and wherever he is, whatever he's doing, he drops that and runs.
Yeah,
Like,
actually, I'll give it a slight amendment. Come to the hospital, bring the others.
Okay, then. In that case, he'll. I imagine we've set up like a WhatsApp, like a group text chat at this point, and he just says, just got a text message telling me to get to the hospital and bring all of you. I swear to God, this is another one of their fucking tests.
Zach says same. Veronica, bring the dog. I have a gift.
And yes, James. I imagine James was just like heading towards a shop with a briefcase with something in it, and that's when he gets the text message and turns around and just runs. He's still got the briefcase with him, but yeah, he's running a full pelt in the direction of the hospital now.
So I assume we all get to the hospital narrative. After Batman screen wipe. You know, the
Veronica's there with Roxy.
And I hand you a wrapped gift. This will keep it safe it'll keep your dog safe from possession.
Her name is Roxy.
It'll keep Roxy safe from possession.
Side note, Elliot did drop off went for ice cream and drop off Grace.
Yeah.
Before he goes to the hospital because priorities.
Okay.
And there's a scene with
death trap?
with Becca that will cut for some time. Or maybe never. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it after this maybe, but yeah, we'll see. I just wanted to get the scene done. And so you show up at the hospital in the chaplaincy. Right. Yeah. And yeah. When you get there, you see Mark, the priest, waiting up at the pulpit. He's got his sleeves rolled up. He's kind of relaxed. Oh, please come in.
If it turns out you're straight, I will be very annoyed. Zach just says as he enters.
Oh, what was that, Ryan? Sorry, what did that say?
If it turns out you're straight, I'm going to be very annoyed.
When James gets there, he just says, Mark, what's going on?
He runs like hand through his hair and you see he's wearing a little pair of gloves. Yeah. I guess I'm usually third to go, but be annoyed. Jack fucked up. He's a very violent man.
So are you actually Mark? Is Mark straight or are you possessing Mark? You know, we have a lot of...
I have like stronger restrictions than the other because I keep fucking up the test, so I'm not allowed to say.
That's very annoying. You know that, right?
I know. Hey, I'm not thrilled by this either. So,
If you want to make it up to us, you can tell us where Mary's mirror is.
back with Crowley.
Tell us where Crowley is, so we can go smash the mirror.
Can you at least tell us if you're one of the big four?
The big four.
Crowley, Mary, Stray, Jack. Can you at least?
No,
Yes,
I'm
he's
straight.
Stray. Pretty sure he made that clear.
Just wanted to make it known in plain English.
I had a fear. It was one of my many theories after I was kidnapped.
Hellfire Caves. That's where you'll find Crowley.
Where is that? Do we know what that is?
Where would I find Jack? James says. Just very matter
With Crowley.
Google's Hellfire Caves. London.
Yeah, just. So what's this test? Also, if this test involves my mother in any way,
no, it involves you.
my family stays
Give
the
it.
fuck out of it. And there's like there's just very angry growl to his voice when he says that. My family stays the fuck out of it.
You have 2 nights until I return. I'll be taking this priest with me. Again, not my idea, but
No.
No.
You can take anyone else. Mark is a good man. He deserves better.
Yeah, I know that's
kind of the point.
Do you think you're the only one being fucked with? Are you honestly so small and selfish?
You're just as much a prisoner as we are.
James just grits his teeth and he's clenching his hands. Like he's.
So what do we have 2 nights to do?
What's this test?
I'm assuming find Hellfire Caves.
No, get your mother out of here, because I'll be back. I'm not allowed to say what I am, or how you'll survive, but you need to know that I am scary, strong.
Given the name, you're a werewolf.
I'm not allowed to say.
Werewolves real? Fucking hell.
Vampires are. What do you think? So are ghosts.
Makes sense.
So,
Vampires, ghosts,
You can't tell us, but can you give us any kind of, clue, a limerick, or rhyme?
I'm gonna share limericks. Wait, why don't you take your best guess and, look at a calendar?
Sack Google's full moon date.
2 nights.
2 days.
Yeah.
Werewolf.
2 nights.
So I'm going to assume we can't beat you if you're a werewolf. Our goal will be here. Hopefully we'll empty this place out.
Wait, here's the rules.
Survive till morning.
You need to show up here in 2 nights' time. You won't be able to leave until dawn. And if you don't, gestures to James, your brother, will be hurt quite badly. And that's not a threat from me. So.
Does silver work?
Yeah. I'm not allowed to say anything.
Yeah, we'll have to look. We'll have to. Well, once we're done here, let's return to the chantry. They'll probably have materials on it.
So, anyway, I've delivered my message. Again, sorry about your friend. I won't be able to save him.
Can you tell us your name, or are you forced to go by Stray?
I don't have a name anymore.
That's only true if you let him take it. He can steal a lot of things from you. Don't let him steal your name.
I'm going to assume there could be some kind of magical bullshit preventing their name, his name, her name, wherever you are's name from getting said.
I'm just a dog. He kneels down and like gives Roxy some scritches. Roxy doesn't mind him at all.
Well, Roxy gives you a vote of confidence.
Yeah.
Jay, yeah.
Look, I am rooting for you guys. Like, not many people get past Mary.
Is it possible to kill the other three?
Oh yeah.
Are we powerful enough to do it?
No.
I guess we'll see. You survive me, maybe.
If we did move against them, just hypothetical here, but if we did, would you be an obstacle in our way?
I'd have to be.
So we break whatever chains he has binding you?
I don't know. Depends how clever you are.
Would you be terribly disappointed if you ended up dead at the end of the night?
I don't know. If you can kill me, you should do it. I've killed a lot of people by this point.
I'm sorry Crowley trapped you.
Wait, are you Jekyll and Hyde? Is that who you're meant to be? You know,
No,
the
I'm not.
human one. Fair enough.
Werewolf in London. You're
That
American.
Yeah, no.
There you go. If you,
It'll become fairly obvious what I am at the time. But
well, I'm pretty sure you all put it together. You're a werewolf.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame. James just says.
Okay, you can leave now.
Frenchman once.
And so
Wasn't waiting for your permission. He puts his hands in his pockets and strolls out past you. Good luck.
There are wards for his kind, but I do not have the power to get them yet.
So, Silver?
Silver.
Let's head to the chantry and study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she walks up to Elliot and just goes, "Sorry."
And Veronica, any issues we have about what happened at the wedding between us?
I murdered my stalker.
Neat. Good job.
James just does a double take. The fuck?
Cool, I don't have to.
I drained him dry because he made the mistake of getting too close to me.
Well, fuck around and find out, I guess. I told him so many fucking times to leave you alone. one less twat in the world, I guess.
Before we close
If he was 7 humanity, he'd care a lot more, but he's not.
So before we close,
So I wasn't going to talk about that. As Mark's body moves past y'all,
Yeah.
how does James feel?
James I think James he goes to put a hand on Mark's shoulder and just says, Mark's a good man. Let him survive this.
It's not up to me, kids. If you can save your friend, you should.
I think that's a good line to go out
behind
on.
them. Yeah.
Sorry, what, Jenny?
And the door swings shut behind them.
I think that's a good line to end it on. If you can save your friend, you should.
Well, that concludes Honeymoon.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The blood moon rises.
Yeah.
How
way.
could I not go with Honeymoon? It was perfect.
Yeah.
So I hope you all enjoyed that.
I'm going to quickly
We're
roll
going
my
to go do
moves.
after show and things.
We
need to do remorse.
I feel like the next episode definitely needs to be titled Hunter's Moon.
Well, we'll see.
So
I'm still at 7. Yay!
Oh,
Being able to
cool,
justify
yes.
my horrible actions.
I mean, you got staying,
Yeah.
so good luck with that.
I did. I just rolled.
Oh, yeah.
One die, and I rolled what I needed to not lose my humanity.
Are we still live and recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gerbil, we do need to. It's up to you if you feel like Veronica would feel any remorse or not.
Nope.
So
She doesn't feel.
You got 1 humanity.
Veronica's at 5 humanity.
That's what's the let me just.
I mean,
let me just open
if we ever get any cleanup scene, I'm pretty sure Elliot won't feel any either, so he's just gonna drop.
How is
Well, save it until later, but yeah.
Again, I'd like to say, how is James becoming the good guy of the group? He's a gangster.
Maybe because a group of supernatural fucks have psychologically tortured this group of people into being horrible people.
Yeah, we'll see how you do.
Sorry.
We'll see how you do after this next session.
Yeah.
And again, Sack was already, because of the way his father raised him, Sack was already preconditioned to.
So next session, right? Next session, TPK.
Yeah. James. James would have asked, but I didn't think to ask. He would have asked if we could bring outside help for this, or if it had to be just us four.
The answer is probably no.
Because I'm wondering if I could bring gang members as additional backup, but I'm guessing no.
He would have told you that he doesn't really care.
But it's not against the rules.
No cops.
Okay then.
And the rune is fun. Yeah.
Anyway, so that was Thin Blood Afterlife. Hope you enjoyed.
Yup.
Also, next episode, total TPK.
The next episode is the TBK. We're going up against the lupine people.
Yeah.
Did
I do that to you?
Yeah.
Yes, you would.
If it's a lupine that's able to stand being around the stench of the worm for long enough, it may be a fucking abomination.
It might be, but then why would it be possessing Mark? It wouldn't need to. It would just
After show talk.
Yeah, this is after show talk.
True.
So bye everyone.
Bye.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Not a thing.